Hey guys, it's Something Chill here, and today, just before I start, I just want to mention the gameplay. The beginning of it got cut off, only about 10 seconds of it, so I don't know where that went, but let's get right into the topic for today. Flashback Friday. It's going to be a weekly series that I'm going to be doing for the next 5 weeks, and it's going to be CoD 4, World at War, Black Ops, Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 3. And I'm going to be playing them, talking about each one's pros and cons, and what they brought to the Call of Duty franchise as a whole. So let's get into CoD 4. CoD 4's pros are immense. There's so much that could be said about CoD 4. It basically revolutionized Call of Duty and how we think about it. It brought in really good multiplayer. It brought in the perks. It brought in weapons that we would see in later Call of Duties, like the P90. And it just really helped Call of Duty grow from its roots of just Call of Duty 1, 2, and 3. And then it basically made it into the superpower company and franchise that it is today. But there's also quite a few cons that could be said about it. I mean, it's pretty full of hackers now. I mean, when it came out, it wasn't as bad, but now it's pretty bad. I mean, not all hacks are harmful. I mean, there's some hacks where you just jump really, really high, or you run really, really fast. And if you're playing with a party, there's nothing's hindering your success. You can just screw around, have some fun with your friends, and jump really high and run really fast. But there's also some hacks that really do hinder how you play. I joined this one lobby, and you couldn't sprint. You would walk fine, but as soon as you tried to press the sprint analog stick, it would be like you're running into a wall. You couldn't move, so you had to walk the entire game. And if you've ever tried walking an entire game, it is really, really difficult. You never know how much you need sprint until you can't use sprint, and then the game just seems like it takes forever. And also the hit detection. I think there's some problems and bugs with the hit detection. I mean, I was sniping today, and I got some hits that even people around me were like, how did you not hit that? How did that miss? How was that a hit marker? You hit him right in the chest. I mean, the hit detection isn't great, but you have to give it credit because it was the first Call of Duty to come out that really got people's attention. And the last thing I want to talk about on the con side is the grenades. I mean, martyrdom, if you knife a guy and he has martyrdom, you're basically dead no matter what. I mean, the grenades feel very, very powerful, and even when they're thrown at you, you can run for a long time in any direction, and they'll still blow up and you'll still die. So I definitely think that's a problem. And I think a really good idea for Activision as a whole, because it kind of affects both Treyarch and Infinity Ward. I think 1 year, instead of bringing a new Call of Duty out, Activision should just go out and say, we're fixing all the bugs for CoD 4, World at War, Modern Warfare 2. We're fixing all of them. We're getting rid of all the hackers. We're ramping up security. That would get so many fans back on board with how Infinity Ward and Treyarch are handling their Call of Duties, because it really seems that, like, whenever something bad happens in a Call of Duty, they say, meh, whatever, we'll fix it next year, because they bring out a new Call of Duty each year. And they don't really fix major problems that should be fixed, because they can just learn from their mistakes, as it were, and instead of fixing it now, they'll fix it in 2 years from now when the developer's next game comes out. So that is the major cons for me for CoD 4. I just have a couple questions for you guys that I want to see if you guys will respond in the comments below. Is when you guys go back from playing Black Ops 2, do you feel that there's a lot less like opportunity? Like when I play Black Ops 2, I always, like, my warm-up game mode is Hardpoint and Kill Confirmed. Those are the two game modes that I love playing, that warm me up if I'm going to go play some Search and Destroy later. But in CoD 4, I don't, because I'm not a huge fan of Domination. I don't play Domination, so the only really game mode that I can play is Team Deathmatch. And I feel lost without, like, Hardpoint or Kill Confirmed. And so, yeah, guys, what do you miss from CoD 4 is another thing. I think the main thing I miss from CoD 4 is just that it felt so, like, when it came out, it felt like the developers, like, actually cared instead of just trying to make money. It felt like the developers were making it for the fans, not for the money. And that's why a lot of people have shied away from Call of Duty over the years, and that's why I've started to even get a little bored of playing Call of Duty. Like, I can't play Call of Duty for a long time, so in COD 4 I could. In COD 4 it felt like you were with people you could communicate with in real life situation, not just dicks online who will just beak you for having a certain name or a certain emblem, or just to beak you. And the last pro I want to talk about for today is COD 4's campaign. Call of Duty Modern Warfare's campaign was amazing. I mean, no other Call of Duty since has, in my opinion, met up to COD 4's campaign. Even though in COD 4 you didn't get the achievement for doing this or the trophy for getting that. I mean, back then it wasn't about trophies. I mean, now when I play a campaign, I play it for the trophies. I don't really play it as much for just playing it for the sake of playing it. But in COD 4 you played it for the sake of playing it. It was so much fun to just go through those missions, and the character development was awesome. And it felt like real life scenarios, not something that would be totally 100% never going to happen, like in some campaigns. And there's that thing I miss from Modern Warfare, or COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2, was that little gauntlet mission at the beginning where it would suggest what difficulty you should play on, where you had to go through and not hit any civilians and do it with the certain guns provided and see how fast you could do it. I loved that mission. I mean, in Modern Warfare 3 it was a special ops mission, but it wasn't the same. You got ranks and blah, but I didn't really care about the special ops stars that you got. But in Modern Warfare 3, or Modern Warfare 2, sorry, and COD 4, it meant something. It didn't mean you get some stars. It means play on this is how good you are, or do it again to see if you're going to play on a harder difficulty. So that's something I miss from COD 4's campaign, and I definitely think COD 4's campaign, its competition is slim to none. It's just such a great game overall. So yeah, guys, this has been this week's Flashback Friday of Call of Duty 4. I will be covering World at War next week, and my thoughts and opinions on that game. Personally, I was a big fan of that game, even though a lot of people weren't because of how little attachments there were on the weapons. But that's for another day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed. And this is Something Chill signing out. Peace.